Up next on Running, the flagship series that celebrates athletes in action. Lots of starts up ahead. But first, during this very difficult time for those who love to be where the action is, a quick visit to mid-Manhattan. The COVID virus has shut things down. Look no further than the billboards in Times Square. But there's energy and optimism in the air, thanks to the healthcare workers around town and around the world, and the everyday heroes who take care of business. We are all in this together, and we will come back and be stronger for it. So let's celebrate with some special features that remind us of those welcoming starting lines that will return. Here we go. A look back at some of the top races on the Jersey Shore. Nothing like a finish on the boardwalk to get you in the summer spirit. Don't grab that taxi, hop over it, and share some manual labor with your teammates. The City Challenge Obstacle Race. No sandbag left behind. The fastest 20 blocks in this city. The 5th Avenue Mile gets you downtown in a New York minute. He or she who hesitates is toast. The US 15K National Championship brings out top elites and a cast of thousands in Jacksonville, Florida for the Gate River Run 15K. Follow the leader over the St. Johns River until you get to the end zone, adjacent to the Jacksonville Jaguars football stadium. It's nice to get out there and give it a go. It's a bit nicer if you are able to race at the front and get there first. A running series special. Winnng Performances. Getting that gold. The summer is the time to get wet in the New York City Triathlon. A must-do for the multi-sport athlete. You swim, you bike, you run, then you're done. A quick look back to our New York City Marathon archives. For many of the thousands in the field, the party begins when you get to Manhattan at about the 16-mile mark. And it keeps on going. To the Garden State for a quick look back at 4 events on the Jersey Shore. First to Spring Lake, then Belmar, followed by Asbury Park, and the final in Long Branch. First up, Spring Lake, the town by the sea. The Spring Lake 5 celebrates 40 years with thousands heading out as close to the Atlantic as you can get without getting your feet wet. It's run for fun here, with grandparents, parents, and kids taking on the loop course. A great way to pass the torch to the next generation. Up the shore a few miles for the second event, to Belmar, a few miles north. Small town charm, rural beauty, and a rich community life. The Belmar 5 benefits local charities, 40 years and going strong. Next, a few more miles up the Jersey Shore to the Asbury Park Sheehan Classic 5K. These events are staged with the assistance of the Jersey Shore Running Club. This starting line welcomes all. And a finish on the boardwalk gives you a healthy dose of that invigorating Atlantic air. Once you get that finishing medal, the beach calls.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be crossing the line.
The final event, the Pier House 5K in Long Branch. Lots of good dog days here next to the beach.
On your mark, get set,
Local elites lead the way, and there is strong age group competition up and down the course. Long Branch has an extensive pedestrian-only boardwalk, and the race takes full advantage of it. It's a great way to get to savor the beauty of the oceanfront, regardless of your pace. Racing on the Jersey Shore, keeping locals and visitors on the move. No dog left behind. Now, time to warm down in the Atlantic. There's always lots of energy to spare before the horn sounds, and that's the way it should be. And Laura's team has plenty of extra spirit should you need some. Here at Randall's Island, the waves are off in the latest stop in the City Challenge Obstacle Race Series, with the start and finish at Icon Stadium. Randall's Island is on the fringes of Manhattan, just across the Harlem River. Up ahead, obstacles to test you and your team. It's really not how fast you go, just that you go. Fun and fitness with some surprises thrown in.
City Challenge Race is an urban obstacle course that consists of over 25 obstacles on a 3-mile course. You don't have to be an elite athlete to be able to compete. Just come out here and have fun with your friends, family, corporate team, or friends from the gym. These folks come from all walks of life. You know, they're tired of the everyday 5K or 10K that you can get every other weekend. With City Challenge Obstacle Race, you get a completely new field for fitness, not just running, but fitness and camaraderie and teamwork, and you leave here with new friends.
Guess you can consider a sandbag a new friend, but let's get that relationship over for the moment. Heart, head, arms, legs, a full body experience. The City Challenge Obstacle Race. There is strength in numbers, so work the course together. And the joy of the finish line can be shared by all. And hop right on home. Up next, the fastest 20 blocks in this city. The 5th Avenue Mile gets downtown in a New York minute.
RunAmerica.co, mobile app and website. Keeps your feet on the move, celebrating your active lifestyle. Virtual racing is currently the best way to stay connected with road racing. Join the party. Distance, location, charity initiatives, all can be found on RunAmerica.co. Traditional and virtual events. The starting lines await. From the mile up to an ultra. Thousands of events for you to review. And jump in when and where you choose. Staging an event? RunAmerica.co can connect your team and your participants with a sponsorship. Visit the RunAmerica.co website or mobile app. The site for the next great generation of those embracing the active lifestyle. Your starting line awaits.
Started with men in white t-shirts. The numbers were small, their spirit was large. Decades went by, the numbers grew, women joined the ranks, fitness became the new craze. Testing yourself with a marathon was a rite of passage, and the boom never looked back. Open to all, the sport of road racing. You are now the star. You push comfort aside because it's race day. The courage to start running and racing.
This is your professional man, and when we say pros, we're talking Olympians, we're talking record holders.
To Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Up now, the professional men's mile. There's number 1, Olympic gold medal winner Matt Centrowitz, one of 5 Rio medalists in the field. A look back. Over the years, the event has grown to include age group waves from kids to masters. Each has a separate start, heading down 20 blocks. Lots of competition throughout the ranks. And sometimes that finish line never seems to get any closer. Fifth Avenue is undulating, something you wouldn't notice in a taxi. Not your everyday road race. Fifth Avenue, a world-famous thoroughfare. The Guggenheim, a few blocks north of the start. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, always quite the scene, both inside and outside. As you move downtown, your wallet needs to get a little bit fatter. Now, a look back at one of the classic stagings of the event. 1997. The title sponsor that year, Donald J. Trump. Radcliffe overpowers the field for her second win here. She breaks the tape, held by Donald Trump and daughter Ivanka. The 1997 men's division. Unprecedented crowds watch the start from the steps of the Met. With a vicious kick, Isaac Viciosa of Spain gets the third of his 4th wins here. Ivanka and Donald Trump flank Viciosa and Radcliffe on the podium. 1997, one of the classic Fifth Avenue miles. Now, fast forward to the present. The pro men are ready to rumble for 20 blocks from 80th Street to 60th Street. In all, there are 5 Olympic medalists in the pro fields. And the pro women have reached the straightaway. Jenny Simpson of the United States in the middle has half a step on Laura Muir of Great Britain. A replay showed Jenny, who took a bronze in the Rio Olympics, has the strength and the speed to hold off Laura. Now, the men charge home. Matt Centrowitz, center, seems to have a step. Looks to his left, and Eric Jenkins of the U.S. just gets by on the right. A replay shows Matt only aware of Colby Alexander on his left, and Jenkins gets the gold. the New Balance 5th Avenue Mile professional winners, Eric Jenkins and Jenny Simpson. Now, let's exhale. And down to Cartier. Jacksonville, Florida. Plenty of activity throughout the year to keep locals and tourists on the go. The Gate River Run, the USATF National 15K Championship. A start adjacent to the NFL's Jacksonville Jaguars football stadium will send the field of 15,000 over and back across the St. Johns River. The only hills on the 9.3-mile course are the climbs up the two bridges. A special river run feature, the Equalizer. The elite women are given a 6-minute head start, and the overall winner takes home a $5,000 bonus. Then, the elite men and the main field take off. As a USA Championship, it's an American-only field, and there are some new faces at the front. The male leaders scatter across the bridge. Too early for a breakaway. Thanks to WJXT Jacksonville for the video highlights. For runners in this part of the world, this Gate River Run marks the beginning of spring and the outdoor racing season. And the running boom just keeps on coming. Athlete Tara Welling makes a breakaway and will work hard to hold off the male lead pack, now closing on her at about a 30-second per mile clip. Encouragement from the sidelines comes in many forms. The finish line in sight, athlete Tara Welling is just able to hold off the fast-closing Stanley Kevinet by 3 seconds to take the Equalizer $5,000 bonus for a nice $17,000 payday. The Gate River Run in Jacksonville, the US 15K National Championship. The home stretch, just outside the Jacksonville Jaguars football stadium. And once across the line, there's plenty of tailgating to be done. Up next, the editors of running have picked outstanding winning performances from the past season.
The starting lines of America called. Let's go! But whoa, not so fast. The COVID virus has put a temporary stop to the active high-pulse sports starting lines. Look no further than the billboards in Times Square. The starting lines will be back, but in the meantime, help get the important message out. Visit gettyimages.com. Editorial video, search Salmini, then COVID. A vast, timely source of video clips such as these to help get your message out to friends, team members, and business partners. Strong and inspirational words to keep your group motivated and ready to jump in when the time comes. The starting lines will be back. Let's help them get back sooner.
The editors of running have picked outstanding winning performances from the past season. Here we go, in descending order. Number 5, to Albany, New York for the Freihofer's Run for Women 5K. Nearly 5,000 amplify the energy of the fast ladies out front in this IAAF Silver Label event. And unleashing a well-timed kick, Lucy Kabu of Kenya takes this major road title over Memetu Daska of Ethiopia. Number 4, to Connecticut for the Thanksgiving Day Manchester Road Race. For nearly 8 decades, the holiday season begins here in this 4.7-mile classic. Heading down Main Street are 12,000 or so, with a strong elite field going for $46,000 in prize money. Sam Chalanga on the far side is the defending champion. Down the finish line, Ben True gets a step. Ben True has another gear and takes it to the tape. Number 3 on our list of top winning performances of the past season. To the White Mountains in New Hampshire for the historic 7.6-mile Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. Because it's there. The summit awaits at 6,288 feet, with a total elevation gain of 4,650 feet. Defending champ Eric Blake trails Joseph Gray as they move up the mountain. Joseph Gray has the carburetor wide open and is the first into the clouds at the summit for a spectacular sub-60-minute win. Number 2. Nearly 60,000 gather in Georgia for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race, one of the top 10Ks in the country. This is the USA National 10K Championship, with $100,000 to be sorted out at the finish line. Amy Hastings, in the yellow, immediately goes to the front. Amy Hastings is too strong for the rest of the field and powers away. Number 1. The Elite Milers, all with top resumes, ready for the 5th Avenue Mile.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the first of our 2 professional heats.
We go to our USATF official with the official start. On your marks.
And they're off the professional.
Early on, it's about putting yourself in position to kick for the tape. With 200 yards to go, Garrett Heath of Seattle has opened up a few yards on the field. In the green, Jordan McNamara of Eugene tries to close. Jordan McNamara steals the win in a judge's call, with 4 guys within 0.2 of a second. The top 5 winning performances of the past season. Great to get to a starting line, better to get the win. Elite professionals are the first to dip into the Hudson River in the annual New York City Triathlon, held in late July. An assisting current brings them to land in this 1-mile swim in under 20 minutes. Rush hour today is the 2-wheeled variety. Then it's across 72nd Street to Central Park for a hilly loop. It's a festive finish line for both first-timers and seasoned triers. Knowing charity is the biggest winner. Up next, finally, the weeks, months, and for some, the years of waiting and preparing are over. The New York City Marathon.
The starting lines of America call. Let's go! But whoa, not so fast. The COVID virus has put a temporary stop to the active high-pulse sports starting lines. Look no further than the billboards in Times Square. The starting lines will be back, But in the meantime, help get the important message out. Visit gettyimages.com. Editorial video, search Salmini, then COVID. A vast, timely source of video clips such as these to help get your message out to friends, team members, and business partners. Strong and inspirational words to keep your group motivated and ready to jump in when the time comes. The starting lines will be back. Let's help them get back sooner.
Finally, the weeks, months, and for some, the years of waiting and preparing are over. The New York City Marathon. For a handful, it's about prize money. For the rest, getting through town and to the finish line. The first mile is uphill, which should encourage some to take it easy early. It will take a few miles to settle into a pace, so for most, the best advice? Savor the special moments. Over 100 countries represented. Almost 40,000 begin the journey. Some are well prepared. Others will know better next time. Into Manhattan, and the First Avenue crowds welcome the field with unbridled enthusiasm. It's warming up as the fog burns off, so those fluid stations are a welcome sight. There's a fluid station every mile, which encourages some to take it 1 mile at a time. The average pace per mile for the average runner is about 9 minutes 30 seconds, so there's no need to rush by a fluid station. It gets real close and personal on the course, with family and friends lining both sides of the roadway. Everybody knows somebody in the marathon, and they're quite content to wait for hours for that brief glimpse of a friend. The crowd helps, but no easy miles here. It's not until the finish line is in sight that the inner joy begins to well up. Extraordinarily, after so many miles and so many hours, 98% of those who start get to the finish, and each and every one celebrates in his or her own way. For many, a successful marathon is the first step to many other challenges. On race day, many thousands of spectators are inspired and make a personal commitment to train and join the moving festival the next year. Much joy in the family reunion area. The spirit of accomplishment fills the air. You have done it. 5 boroughs, 26.2 miles. You are a New York City marathoner. That's all for this episode of Running. I'm Jill Goodwin. See you out there on the roads.